Yep.
That was emotion kicking in instead of how many times have you sold. It's like fertility. How many times have you raised 200 bushel corn and is your goal 200 and you've never hit it? Well, I've never hit it, but I'm always shooting for it. Great. Marketing, you're at 200. Do you want, how many times are you going to get it again? How many times have you sold wheat for $12? Never. Okay. Then do you think a once in a lifetime opportunity, which that is currently in my lifetime, do you think we should have sold? I wish I'd have sold a whole heck of a lot more.
Yep.
Anyway.
Well, and even people I hear online, how many more times have you sold corn above, let's just say 550 now, above 550 versus below? In your short career span of farming?
In my 10 years.
Yeah.
Running the marketing on our operation, probably 7 years now. Yeah, dude, I've sold corn with a 2 on the front of it. I've sold corn with 7 on the. I don't think I sold anything for 8. I was darn close. I was darn close.
Yeah,
but that's a wide range. But yeah, 5+. Man, not that much.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that good enough part really resonated with me. And then I even thought to myself, sitting here going back and forth is it a necessity to know the ins and outs of the futures market? Probably not. But then you mean to make sure you know the ins and outs of the cash market. You got to understand one of them to help protect yourself in the sense, like even just a simple forward contract. What does that mean? What is it doing? Why is that important? Getting those bids, and if it is close enough, pull the trigger. Definitely in a cash market.
Yeah.
Your basis, your HTAs. I understand they come with a little cost, but usually that 4 or 5 cents.
Contracts are HTAs.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
I have not gone down the rabbit hole of intense marketing, hedgings and all that, puts and calls and all that. I have not. I know I've set more of it. This is my goal. We hit it. Okay, lock it in. Let's watch our basis and go from there. It's worked well so far. Am I missing opportunity? Yeah, I'm sure I have. But it would take more of my time. Yeah. And what's my time worth with where I'm doing? Say make an extra $10,000 being really, really honed in on the market, or 1,000 or 5. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is my time that I was doing there, could I be more impactful and profitable doing something else? At this stage of my life, yes. So, whether it's time with my family or building the company, things like that, that's my current situation. And marketing plan is, my dad didn't contract. But he lived in a time where markets weren't changing by 50 cents a day.
Yeah. I mean, that's the biggest thing is how fast it can change.
Yeah. He always told me, he said May was the best time to sell beans historically. And June was the best time to sell corn or whatever. I mean, during his career, he's like, man, January was a good time to sell some beans. April, May, there was a good window generally. May to June, there was a good corn window, things like that.
Yeah.
And so he had these ranges, man, more times than not, they were really good.
Yeah.
They were really good. And we're only talking a 30, 40 cent bump. I say only.
Yeah. I mean,
I say only. That was a big move on, when standard corn price is $3. A 40-cent move is a huge move.
Yeah.
Today, that buys a pound of nitrogen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, and so going to the marketing side, what I've heard, the old timers say is if you haven't marketed your corn by July 4th, you do it by the 5th.
Yeah.
It's just, but I think that time has changed. I think it's moved up,
I do too.
Personally. Another thing I get to when it comes to the marketing side, is just understanding what the opportunity costs are or the potential shortfalls that could happen for not doing it. I mean, we all know that basis more than likely is going to expand during harvest time. Mm-hmm. So how do you protect yourself against that risk?
Sure.
Gosh. And, taking it to that end user, and I know some areas it's very common. Some areas it's not as common as having on-farm storage. Now, with prices where they're at and where the economy is, like, I'm not sure if right now it's time to build, but the amount of leverage that you have as a producer to have on-farm storage, I mean, it blows my mind at times.
Yeah.
You know, and it can help in those situations.
Sure.
But also you got to utilize it as a tool, not just as not just as a grain bin. It's a tool of leverage.
Right.
You know, and utilizing that leverage for your operation.
Sure.
Or if you have a person doing your marketing, they know that they can use that as a tool for leveraging.
I heard a great point. If your grain bin is your bank account, that's not a good place to be.
Yeah.
When you need money, we sell grain.
Yeah.
That's not a marketing plan.
No, that's not.
You'd be better off just selling the crop and sticking that money in a savings account, or or a CD or something right now that's paying good interest.
Oh yeah, or Bitcoin.
Or we didn't know. We do not recommend any financial decisions or anything on this podcast, but Bitcoin's done really well
recently. Yeah, but that can turn around.
Thankfully, it did like
crap
a while ago. That was a good time to buy.
Well, beside the point was, not financial advice. Do not take our recommendations. I was just trying to get a laugh.
Don't listen to anything we say.
Niner in there. Is there a niner in there?
Guys, if you've liked the information that you've seen so far, go ahead and check out the full-length podcast on our YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe there. It's also on all the major podcast platforms. We're constantly dropping info and more content on all the social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, etc. Check it out for a lot more content.